Hi, so today I'm going to talk about one daily life issues. This is about the PKIX issue, which I faced in a real-time enterprise grade application. So the root cause of my issues was the SSL inspection was turned off. Now I'm going to just explain or show you the enterprise pattern or that architecture was followed. So this is the enterprise A where actually my application is sitting and it has a firewall, and enterprise B has an application, has an API which is hosted in cloud. Okay, so this enterprise A has its own on-prem server which is running some Java applications, and it has a firewall. So it has a mechanism of the certificate resigning, means when we are sending any request, the firewall resign the certificate and negotiate with the target application or target server, and when it comes back again, the firewall resign the certificate and send back to the client application, so that the firewall, the machine, it has the root certificate and it can understand the, okay, the connection is secured, okay, and it can trust the certificate. But for still with this, the problem was it was not able to handset the target applications API. Suppose api.xyz.com is my target applications API. I am trying to hit that, but it was not able to make successful connection because of PKIX error. Means it was not able to find a trusted certificate in between, okay, when we are it is making the connection. So how that connection is basically established? So when we request for a new connection, anything like api.xyz.com, when the target application sends that request, then it goes to firewall, and then firewall send that information to the target application or target server. Then target server send back a public key. Using that public key, this source application also create a certificate, it handshake with that public key and create a session and send it to that target server. Target server decrypt that using a private key, and finally based on the successful decryption, it send back, okay, now a secure successful connection has been established, and using that connection the communication can be established. Okay, so based on this, the target application and the source application was about to communicate, but the problem was the SSL inspection was off. So for that purpose, this source application was not able to handshake with the target application. So the connection was getting failed, and the source application was throwing a generic error, which is very generic, PKIX error. Okay, that PKIX error is very generic when it fails different type of SSL handshaking failure. It may be the certificate is not in your store source application. It may be the you have to install that this target certificate in your server machine. It may be that, okay, it is sending to that the target the source application firewall, and firewall is reassigning it to that source root certificate, and root certificate is set up it here properly. But the problem was the SSL inspection was off, and for that the it was not able to make the successful connection. So the firewall team enabled that SSL connection, SSL inspection, and finally it start working. So when you are dealing with enterprise application, if you face like any PKIX error, okay, certificate or SSL related connection is failure, And first of all, you can check whether your enterprise do a certificate resigning. Okay, if it is do the certificate resigning, then check that SSL inspection is enabled or disabled. If it is disabled, then it will not work. If it is enabled, only that time it will work. Otherwise, if the resigning process is not there, in that case you have to install that certificate in your target, in your source server. Sorry, not target, in your source server. The target server or target applications SSL certificate you must add in your source server.